Welcome, Jarunians. Big game today, big game. And of course, don't forget to try our new SITHOLE burger. If you can finish it before you need the SITHOLE, you get a prize. No, mate, no, it's made from the highest quality beef from a month ago.
Jarune, za tebe mi dijete diše, tu je važno samo jedno, nogomet i ništa više. Jarune.
Hi guys, I'm Aussie Villain and welcome back to Jarun on The Impossible Dream. It is Season 9, Episode 5, I think it is today. And we have back-to-back home games, top of the table clash against Osijek, and then we welcome Inter Milan to Jarun as well, and the Champions League as we try and a win there would more or less book us into the knockout rounds. It would take us to 10 points, which has always been enough as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, not too much to catch up on. We've more or less come straight back from last episode where the Yags got themselves knocked out of the cup. And that is because this is a huge game. You can see here, there's 2 points between us. It's more or less daylight back to the rest of the league. So this is it. You know, this is absolutely huge. So let's have a look here. Expecting a 4-2-3-1 out of them. Inverted winger and advanced playmaker in wide areas would suggest that we need to trap them on the outside, doesn't it? So we'll make a quick switch there. And this is the team we're sending out. Pinter in goal, Bonenblast and Baznasak as the back two. It is Kovacic and Holt going in the wide areas. Brigic, Bosniak and Renokia, Siraj, Misevic and Kozayev is the rest of the team. We've had to rest a few, you can see, with heavy match loads. We're trying to obviously keep players fresh for Inter Milan as well. So it's not an ideal lineup. Let's hope it's a good enough one though. All right, so we can see the team sheets here. Do we recognize any names? They did sign our backup goalkeeper from a few. So either he's there, Nisevic. I don't recognize two more other names there though. And as I've mentioned before, they were, I think, even more outspent us in the summer window. So they're very much. Let's see a marked improvement today, even though it was the Yags that didn't do well last time. You know, they are a sort of a force, I think. So, yeah, I mean, there is an argument to say, definitely an argument to say we should have maybe focused on this one with the strongest team and then sort of put out the best team possible against Inter. The way I look at it is that there's still a long way to go in the domestic season. I think that we're a better squad, we're a better team than Osijek are. So even if we were to lose here, and yes, it would be a home game and it could hurt head-to-head and that could be important, I am taking, I guess, the calculated gamble, the calculated risk that over the course of a season we're going to be better than they are. And I think we did already beat them this season at their place, so the head-to-head won't be hurt too much, even with a loss here. And I just think at home to Inter, maybe we could spring a surprise there. Kovacic has done well to get in behind. Can he pull it back now? He goes himself. It's there for Kozayev! And the pig that's here to be fattened has got himself another goal. And he's looking like he might be worth the $8,000 a week we're paying him right now. But Kovacic did very well to get down the outside. Possibly it should have been put across to face the goal. But in the end, Kozayev did it's a great finish, in fact. And I mean, the guys in the middle might be close, but the way that I understand the offside rule, that should not have mattered anyway, should it? Because that wasn't where the pass was going. It should matter, if my opinion on the offside was that it should absolutely matter. But as I understand it right now, it shouldn't. Correct me if I'm wrong on that. Perhaps they've changed the offside rule again. They always seem to. Pinter does well. Had a little ways to go to get that, and he did manage to get there. Now what's going to happen here? Bonenblast. He, of course, is ineligible for Europe, which is why he's playing. Ideally, if we get into the knockout rounds of Europe, we'll be able to register him. Misevic, as he underhit the pass, he's got just enough on it. Kovacic again gets the cross in. It's a good one this time. And it's that man, Siraj. Arise, Siraj. It is 2-0 after 5 minutes. We're just on the 6th minute even. And the second string, for the most part, is ripping second in the league apart. Wonderful stuff. And, yeah. I mean, like I've said before, our second string, it's not actually that bad of a side. I mean, you look at last season, I mean, even this season, Siraj is only really being kept out of Europe because Skoko is just in the form of his life, as that is an underhit pass, and Miguel had been threatening to do that to us. Can we get back? Oh, what a stop from Pinter. But yeah, I mean, Bronan Blast would be very close to being a first team player if he was eligible to play in Europe. Siraj obviously would be. Ranocchia and Bosniak have, they have been first team players as recently as last season. I mean, Holt and Kovacic are good enough to be in the, a first choice player as well. Kozayev went to where was it, Varazdan last year and lit up the league for 6 months. So, well, not 6 months, but the second half of the season anyway. So, it's not a bad team. It really, really isn't. The 1 or 2, Brigic is maybe, although he's played in the league for 2 seasons with Bordeaux and kept them in the league. That's not necessarily where we're at, but he can, we know, at least compete at this level. Misevic is still a bit of an unknown quality, I suppose, but he's looking very good. Ranocchia has got time and space, and he's hit the post. Oh, so unlucky. I'm getting to the point with Ranocchia that his contract's up the end of the year. I'm thinking I might even offer him a renewal. He's just so reliable in there. And I think we have 1 or 2 youngsters that are coming up. Perso is, I think, sort of the front runner. But I don't think they're quite ready yet. So if we could do like a 1 year plus a year option, something like that, which would take him to sort of 32, 33, at which point we could probably start and see if maybe there's a future there for him as a coach, something like that. Because he would have been around for a little while then. And here we go now with Ranocchia. Nice ball there for Holt. Holt floats one in. It's flicked away. Oh, and Kovacic on the volley. And it's 3-0 before half-time. Just before half-time, but before half-time nonetheless. Holt did really, really well. What a free transfer pickup he's looking like. And I think it was the defender got the flick away. Oh, is it taking a deflection maybe off Miguel? Either way, it's in the back of the net. It's another one of those goals the replay may have somewhat ruined by suggesting it didn't go in directly. But we would have taken 3-0 at half-time, wouldn't we? A wonderful, wonderful start to the game. We will definitely be telling them don't get complacent here. And, we'll just continue to go. Now, in terms of youngsters on the bench, we could give game time to. Bronan Blast is looking stressed now, which isn't ideal. We need to give Kakovenga game time. He's barely playing, so we might look to do that. I mean, not that he's a youngster, but we could definitely maybe switch him and Ranocchia out. And we do have that young Perso who, if there is a chance to give him game time, it's probably worth taking, as I'm not quite sure what Siraj is doing there. Kozayev's done his best to win it back. We've put good pressure on them, and it's coming back the other way. Ranocchia. I think we're going to get a visitor in a minute. Kovacic to Kozayev, and it is 4-0, or is it? And let's see what VAR has to say about it. It looked like it was okay. And it is okay. Are you there, Ava? I can hear the door opening behind me, but...
Sorry, it was Mrs. Villain.
Oh, it was Mrs. Villain.
Sorry.
She should know better. But there we go. It is 4-0. And how close was it? He's behind the ball. It is close. It's very close, but it never looked offside, really. So we'll take it. We've got Hawkes on the bench as well. We could give him some game time. He might be actually worth bringing on for Brigic. I'm almost at the point with Brigic. Oh, we've got Zinko as well. Okay, so I've actually got quite a few players I'd like to bring on here. Let's, at the hour mark, just give this a pause and we can have a think about things. Okay, so we're going to make 4 subs. Basically, we're going to change up midfield. So Hawkes is going to come on and play as the halfback. Not the greatest passer. Maybe not his role, actually, in this team. Let's go with NK. I don't like ball-winning midfielders. I always think they just give away penalties and free kicks. Perso is a deep-lying playmaker. We might be better off with Zinko in that role, are we? Perhaps. Although I like Zinko as the Mazzella and then Kakovenga. Yeah, anyway, that's fine. We're 4-0 up. Hour gone. Famous last words, but I don't think they're coming back in this one, are they? Bronan Blast on a booking, but we saw Skolova had a heavy match load, so I don't think we want... No, do we have another sub? We do. Madzar would be the sub I would make, and actually maybe taking Kozayev. Oh, he's on a hat-trick, though. Let's just leave it. Oh, I probably should. I probably should take him off, shouldn't I? Let's get Madzar on. It may be too late for him to get a match rating now, but hopefully he can nick a goal or something. And yeah, the subs have taken the sting out of the game somewhat, haven't they? There's a throw. Were they giving us possession back there, I hope, or else I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what that was. Blust. Perso to Hawkus. And again to Perso. Oh, it's a bit of a hospital pass, and Kovacic couldn't get to it. Can Perso make up for the mistake? Not yet, and Zinko's dove in a little bit, but we get away with it. All right, 5 minutes to go. Can we get a fifth? I mean, the goal... This is an 8-goal swing as well, isn't it, in goal difference? Which, with the head-to-head, probably doesn't make a difference, but it's a stunning performance. And that is that. So 4-0 in the top of the table clash. That is probably better than we could have expected, but I do think we need to avoid complacency because big game up next in Europe. So with that performance and all that kind of stuff, 5 points. It's not obviously a huge gap, but I think that was a statement of intent, wasn't it? And we can feel fairly happy with the state of our title defense here. So there we go. We meet expectations in dominant win. VAR, I mean, it's not bad if it's done properly. VAR. There's a controversial thing. Discuss in the comments. I like VAR. It's just idiots that don't know how to use it is the problem, in my opinion. But opinions, as they say, are like bumholes. All right, so that is everything. I'll go see what Mrs. Villain wants, and we'll be back to face the Inter Milan in the Champions League. Alright, welcome back. Now, first things first, before we get to Inter, Ranocchia is now happy with his playing time. I kind of knew he would be. Once we got into the sort of European games and playing 3 times a week, there was always going to be enough game time for him. And the under-19s, 9-1 against Benfica's under-19s. We are now second in the Youth Champions League and absolutely flying, it must be said. So, excellent news. And more good news from this game is that Lacko started his return from injury. So, he will be back in the first team sooner rather than later, hopefully. But let's go and have a look here what we're doing against Inter. We're expecting a sort of a 4... that's Valente, Lexi McCall. Anyway, so a 4-2-3-1, I guess we'll call it. And this is the team that we are sending out. It is, and I'll just make sure everybody's match loads. We've got a few little knocks, which is annoying. Reece Williams has a knock. I'm increasingly thinking he's coming towards the end of his time as sort of a guaranteed first-team player, although he is still very useful to keep around the squad. We've also got SITHOLE, not quite ready. He's back tomorrow, and Ranocchia had some food poisoning, so he's back tomorrow as well. So we're a little thin on the ground. But Pinter in goal, Butchman and Skolabar goes at the back. I was tempted to move Fatakanti back and maybe move Bosniak into the starting lineup, but we'll go with this for now. We've got Torres and Rupnik in wide areas. Montel, Palumbo, Skoko, Bertic, and Matanovic as the rest of the team. Alright, so a few familiar names in here. Rico Lewis, that's that Manchester City kid that comes in from time to time and scores a hat-trick, isn't it? Alexi McAllister, as I said, is there. Ferran Torres as well. Now, obviously, we're 8 seasons in now, so, you know, real life. Wesley Fofana as well. He was he on loan at Burnley in real life this season? I think that's him. Let's go out there and cause an upset. I can get on board with that. Yeah, so we'll see what we get here. It's obviously a tough game. We are at home. And if you're wondering what Mrs. Villain wants, James was going for a nap. She needed the baby monitor, which was left in here. So that solves that mystery. I'm not in trouble. That's the thing. But yeah, so let's see what we can do here. I think if we take a point, Astana away is the one, isn't it? We have to win that. We budget for that, 10 points. If we can just chip away, get, you know, a point here, a point there, it's going to help finance. It's going to help coefficient points, obviously, as well. And I think that's kind of Astana aside what we need to try and do for the rest of the league phase here. Obviously, if we can get a win, that's brilliant. More that's extra money that guarantees the knockout rounds early on. And I think from where we're at right now, with a 5,000 seat stadium, although obviously we're not playing in that stadium for Champions League, just getting through into the knockout rounds is going to be massive for us, absolutely massive. So, and I think what we've shown is that the teams that are roughly at our level in terms of reputation and things like that, we've got what's happened to Fatakanti. I think we've shown the teams that are roughly at our level, those pot 3 and 4 teams, we're better than them. So, it's gone through to Matanovic. Is it offside? It's a goal kick. Oh, Matanovic, you've got to do better with that one, man. What a chance that was. It almost looked too good to be true. It's a cut hand, Fatakanti. You're fine, mate. Put a bandage on it and keep going. Although in truth, I guess if you're a defensive midfielder like he is, you probably need your hands. Oh, well, that just looks so soft. I don't see how it's offside. We'll take it if it is, but I don't see how it is. Yeah, maybe you do need to grab shirts and whatnot as a defensive midfielder, but that is... What a chance it was at the other end as well. There's no way that's offside. I mean, are they looking at maybe one of these guys offside from the shot, perhaps? I don't think you could realistically expect to get that, though. Montel. Here we go. Torres in a little bit of space. Torres. It's a decent ball in. It's penalty. Rupnik goes down and nothing is given. Matanovic, I feel like, kind of owes us for that miss. And let's see where we go from here. Butchman picks it up. Palumbo. Montel. Back to Skolabar. Skolabar. That's a good ball for Palumbo. And Palumbo actually did well under pressure there as well. Rupnik gives it away. You can see he was trying to pick out someone. I think it was Matanovic that made a run. Skoko wins it back, though. Here we go. Montel for Bertic. Bertic. Oh, it's fallen for Matanovic again. He's not going to miss a second one. It's his 15th of the season. It's 1-1. And, well, we're happy to take this, I think. Let's stop the game here and everybody gets a point. And we'll be happy. But good, persistent defending, wasn't it? And horrible touch. And Matanovic made no mistake. So 1-1. Game back on. Not that it was ever off, I suppose, at 1-0. And yeah, let's see. I think they're going to be a hard side for us to set up against. Because you notice there's a lot of inverted and inside stuff going on there. But they are a wing play side as well. So, but they score from through balls. So I wasn't quite sure the best way to set up defensively against them. But yeah, we'll see. We've kept them relatively quiet, with the exception of their goal, of course. But we got back level nice and quickly, which is always a good thing. But let's hope this one settles down now into a bit of a nothing game, and everybody's happy with a point. Highlight as I say that. Can we go and get in front here? We'll need to win the ball back first, of course. Skoko, not quite. Ramiro, who owes them a goal, but Butchman reads him like a book. Montel, second time of asking, gets the ball through. Skoko to Matanovic again, and this time just over the top from Matanovic. And we've got another highlight. Can we go and win this back? Come on. In truth, I don't think either team has done enough to be in front at half-time. I'd certainly be annoyed to be behind. Montel is working hard. Skolabar goes across. It is! Well, it's another bit of a miss, isn't it? So each team has had a bit of a sitter put behind. And it is 1-1. And the fact that that seems like a fairly reasonable scoreline is actually quite good for us, isn't it? Let's keep working hard. The result will come. And by working hard, we of course mean cashing in your chances too, please, Matanovic. Who scored one, missed a sitter, and had one just go over the post as well, over the bar as well. So he's, yeah, kind of had a bit of a hat-trick of what could have been, as Erling Haaland draws City level against Porto. McAllister with a corner. Can we get this one away? It is. Oh, it's a push. It's a penalty. I don't think it's going to be not given somehow. And there it is. Can Pinter make a save against Alexi McAllister? Come on, Pinter. Oh, it's gone through him. It's gone straight through. He's got a hole in his chest. How has that not been saved? Oh, okay. Never mind. Great penalty. Keeper no chance. Let's fire up, boys. Come on. Can we hit back quickly again? Now, the problem we may have is them getting a bit of a rocket at half-time. Certainly in the pre-game press conference, their manager was not expecting much of a game, which just suggests he hasn't seen us play very much, in truth. But anyway, Palumbo not having a great game. We know Kakavenga in Europe just kind of does some magical things, so that could be a change for us. Butchman does well, but they've picked it up again. Havinta, and it's straight in front of goal. And we looked at defender short there, didn't we? Let's get Kakavenga on. Fatakanti is not really doing what we need him to do in there, is he? Not much else Bushman could have done with that. Maybe, could you argue, head it back to the goalkeeper. And then, oh, it's so unlucky. If Bushman wasn't there, it was going to be a goal, wasn't it? But the fact that he's got a touch on it is a little bit, yeah, just wrong-footed Pinter and a little bit unlucky. Anyway, second half has not gone to plan for us at all yet, has it? So let's see what we get here. It's Mrs. Villain is sneaking in the back again. And that is another penalty, is it? It's a goal. It's falling to pieces on us very, very quickly here. And I'm not sure what's happening. I'm just going to pause this for a second for a weird edit moment. We'll just wait for the replay here. It's taken another deflection, I think, hasn't it? It's all falling to pieces. Alright, so what we're going to do is, what I don't want to do is bring players on that we need in the league, because we've got Istra next, which is a game we should win, but, you know, we still want to make sure that we've got some good, fresh players there. So Benesek's going to come on for Skolabar, who's just not having a good day. It happens. And Bosniak, we're going to try him as a halfback, see how it goes, and if it doesn't go well, it's not like it's going to ruin the game for us, is it? So yeah, it's just massively disappointing. Pinter's only playing a 6.2. Could be harsh on him, but equally, he's not moved much for the shots, has he? So yeah, it's just a bit disappointing. As one of our home games, I did actually think maybe we could sneak something, but second half we've not come out, which suggests that the halftime team talk could have been better, doesn't it? But anyway, the misery will be over soon. And yeah, one good one, one bad one. So yeah, a bit of a pity like on the Champions League, and we'll go again. We're still in a good position, you know, considering what we were expecting. But yeah, I've got to say, I expected a little bit better from us there. So it drops us down to 13th. Like I say, we're still in a decent position. We're still, I mean, we're only 3 points above the thing, but we're halfway through as well. Now, we're not going to get 14 points because we played a lot of our more straightforward games. But yeah, not only is top 8 slipping away, I'm looking down more than I am up now, which is never good. But useful that Jarun come unstuck. We'll put that one down to experience. We'll be a better team for that one. That's what they say, isn't it? And we'll be back next time. We'll come back for, we've got Leipzig and let me think about this. So what we might do, let's come back for a Champions League doubleheader, Leipzig and Astana. Leipzig are 21st. That's an important game for us. A team below us, we really don't want them overtaking us. Astana away would shoot us right up the table. That then takes us to the winter break, and then we can end the week with the last 2 Champions League games, perhaps, and hopefully getting into the knockout rounds. But until then, guys, I've been Aussie. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah, sorry about that one against Inter. That was second half was not good, was it? Take care.